Dear learners, today we will learn about mitigation and preparedness, evacuation planning, drills, and crowd management. First is evacuation planning. Evacuation planning ensures the safe and orderly movement of people from hazard-prone areas to designated safe locations. It involves identifying multiple evacuation routes that avoid floodplains, landslide zones, and other hazards. Safe shelters or relief camps should be prepared with essential facilities such as water, then sanitation, then food and medical aid. Spatial arrangement must prioritize elderly persons, children, pregnant women, persons with disabilities, and bedridden individuals. Clear signage, sirens, SMS alert, and public address system facilitate timely communication. Adequate transport should be pre-arranged with relevant agencies. Clearly defined warning thresholds should trigger evacuation orders. Maintaining evacuee register supports monitoring, accountability, and family reunification during emergencies. Next is mock drills. See, mock drills are simulated disaster exercises designed to test preparedness, response time, decision making, and coordination among stakeholders. They help organizations and communities practice emergency procedures under realistic conditions. Drills may be full-scale, involving an entire community or institutions, or functional, focusing on specific activities such as fire evacuation or search and rescue. The process generally includes planning, briefing, execution, debriefing, and after-action review. Regular drills, especially before monsoon or cyclone seasons, help maintain readiness. They are particularly important in schools, then hospitals, industries, and government buildings. Mock drills identify gaps in SOPs, communication systems, equipment readiness, evacuation procedures, and interagency coordination, enabling timely corrective actions. Tabletop exercises (TTX) are discussion-based simulations where stakeholders examine a hypothetical disaster scenario without physical deployment. They test decision-making, communication, coordination, and role clarity in a controlled environment. Participants typically include senior officials, department heads, emergency responders, and key coordinating agencies. A TTX generally follows the sequence: scenario presentation, then discussion of response action, then identification of gaps and bottlenecks. It is a low-cost and low-risk method for validating disaster management plans before conducting full-scale exercises. ETX helps clarify institutional responsibilities, strengthen communication protocols, identify weaknesses in SOPs and resource allocation, and improve policy level preparedness. Regular exercises enhance coordination and support more effective disaster response. Next is disaster specific mitigation. So, disaster specific mitigation involves targeted measures to reduce risks associated with different hazards. Flood mitigation includes embankments, improved drainage, flood resistant housing, and early warning systems. Earthquake mitigation focuses on seismic resistant construction, retrofitting critical infrastructure, and enforcing building codes. Cyclone mitigation includes mangrove protection, cyclone shelters, and wind-resistant structures. Landslide mitigation uses slope stabilization, afforestation, and restriction on construction in vulnerable areas. Then fire mitigation requires fire-resistant materials, safety audits, and firefighting systems. Industrial and chemical hazards are addressed through safety audits, buffer zones, and emergency plans. Then epidemic mitigation includes disease surveillance, vaccination, sanitation, then hygiene, and public health preparedness to reduce impacts and strengthen community resilience. Next is crowd management techniques. So crowd management techniques aim to maintain safe movement and prevent overcrowding, panic, and stampedes during mass gatherings. Crowd density monitoring uses CCTVs, drones, and head counts to identify congestions. Barricading and channelization create controlled one-way movement corridors. Zoning divides venues into sectors with designated entry and exit points managed by trained marshals. Trained personnel include police, volunteers, and crowd marshals provide guidance and monitor conditions. Public announcement systems communicate instructions and emergency alert also. Multiple clearly marked emergency exits enable rapid evacuation. Then centralized control rooms support real-time coordination between surveillance systems and response teams. Experiences from events such as the Kumbh Mela provide valuable lessons for effective crowd management planning. Integration into the disaster management planning cycles ensure that mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery measures work together systematically. The mitigation link incorporates disaster-specific structural and non-structural measures to reduce hazard impacts before an event occurs. The preparedness link uses mock drills, then tabletop exercises, evacuation plans, early warning systems, and resource planning to strengthen readiness and also coordination. During and after disasters, response experiences provide valuable lessons for future planning. Continuous improvement is achieved through after-action reviews, which identify gaps in procedures, communication, resources, and also coordination. These findings are incorporated into revised SOPs, mitigation strategies, preparedness plans, and training programs, creating a cycle of learning and improved disaster resilience. Thank you, learners, for your patience hearing.